Welcome back to another Photoshop tutorial. Today we are going to learn how to create an advertising scene like this one. Watch the video and pay attention to the tricks. So step number 1, it's time for our background. For our background, we are going to use this texture. At first, let me adjust it with my scene. Now, we need to create a duplicated layer from our texture for using it as a stage in this area. At first, select your layer, drag it into this icon and create a duplicated layer. Now, you can adjust your layer by press and holding Ctrl key on your keyboard and clicking on this icon. Something like this one is totally fine. It's time for changing our textures. At first, select one of your texture. Double-click on it. Now go to Color Overlay. Blend mode should be changed to Color. Opacity should be reduced to something around 40%. And the color for this one should be 195 in hue, 100% of saturation, and 100% of brightness. Now, let us apply these changes to another layer. Just hold Alt key on your keyboard, click on FX and drag it to another layer, and as you can see, all changes have been applied to my other layer. Now, it's time for fixing the light of our background. At first, come here, click on Adjustment icon and create a brightness and contrast. After that, decrease the brightness to the minimum and increase the contrast to the maximum. Now, select your layer mask of your brightness and contrast layer. Now, enable the brush. Come to Brush Setting. Make sure that the hardness of your brush has been decreased to 0%. After that, make sure that the flow has been set to 100%. Now adjust the size, and by clicking you can fix the light of this layer. But about the other layer, this one that we are going to use it as a stand for our product. At first, decrease your flow to 10%. Now adjust the size of your brush, and something like this one is better, and hold Shift key on your keyboard and click one more time, so a line would be drawn in this texture. And now the background is ready. Step number 2, let's go for the stage of our product. For our stage, we are going to use 2 layers. One of them is this one, and a stage that I have already downloaded. And now I have already removed the background from my stage and I will import it into the project. For the second layer of our stage, we are going to need this shape. I just created this one with only the brush. If you don't know how to create these kind of shapes, you need to watch my previous video. I have talked about all the techniques of creating a shape like this one, and the link is right at the corner. Welcome back to the project. As you can see, the downloaded stage and the created shapes are here. Now, let's go for fixing them for the scene. Let's apply our changes on the downloaded stage. At first, right-click on it and convert it into a smart object. After that, double-click on it. As you can see, the color of the downloaded stage and our scene are not matched, and we are going to change the color of this object. I have told you many different ways for changing the color of an object in Photoshop. The fastest one is this. Just enable the color overlay. In blend mode, change it to hue and increase the opacity to 100%. And the color is the same color that we've used on our background. And if you would like to know the details, they are right here. The stage is ready. It's time for the shapes. At first, right-click on your shape layer and convert it into a smart object. And I have already merged the whole layers of my shape. Now, double-click on it. Enable the color overlay. Opacity 100% and the color is the same color that we've used on our background or on the downloaded stage. But the blend mode should be changed to normal. And now for changing the color of our shape and make it more interesting, we are going to apply the inner glow. Blend mode linear dodge, opacity something around 57% is okay for my project, and following options would be like this one. When the changes of our shape has been finished, we are going to transform it and place it right here. At first, press Ctrl T and enable the transform. Now hold Ctrl and just like the trick that we've used on our background, let's change the appearance of our shape. Now our shape has been set in the right position. It's time for creating some light effect on our stage. At first, select your shape layer. Press Ctrl J and create a duplicated layer. Right-click on it and convert it into a smart object, so the effect changes would be applied on our layer. Now, come to Filter, go to Blur menu and click on Motion Blur. Angle 90 degree and distance 300 pixel is fine. Press on OK. Now, for making it more visible, just drag your layer into this icon and create a duplicated layer. Select both layers, right-click on one of them and merge your layers. Now, I need to adjust the position of my light effect. The position of my light effect has been adjusted. Now, for making it more visible in the scene, press on your layer, press Ctrl J and create a duplicated layer. Change the blend mode to linear dodge, and now, by changing the position, just see the visibility of this layer has been increased. Now we need to bring our product into the project, and I have already removed the background. Our product is here, and as you can see, it has been placed in the middle of my scene, above my stage and in the light effect area. But I'm going to change the position of these two fonts and we will move on. The adjustment of the product is finished and it's the final result. Now we just need to adjust the size of our product. Something like this one is more suitable for the scene. And the second step is completed. Step number 3. Let's give a title to our scene. For reducing the time of this tutorial, I didn't record the process of creating these 3 texts. They are very simple and the fonts that I have used on these texts is this one. Now, let us change the appearance of our text. I have already placed all the text layers in a group, so when I apply some changes on the group, all the layers would follow. Now, select your group, come to Effects, and click on Blending option. At first, decrease the full opacity to 0%. And for reaching the final look of our text, we are going to use 4 effects. The first one, Color Overlay. Blend mode normal, opacity should be reduced and something around 50% is okay, and the color is 195 in hue, 100% of saturation and 100% of brightness. Now, for the second effect, we are going to use the stroke. Size 4 pixel in this project, you can change it as you like. Position outside, blend mode normal, opacity 100%, and fill type for this one is color, and the color is pure white. Now, for the third effect, it's outer glow. Blend mode linear dodge, opacity 100%. And we don't need any noise, and the fill type should be solid color. And the color of this one should be a brighter color. So I have changed the hue to 186, 100% of saturation and 91% of brightness. The size for this one is 125 pixel and 72% in range. For the final effect, we are going to use the inner glow. Blend mode linear dodge, opacity 57%. We don't need any noise, and the color for this one is the same color that we have used on our color overlay. 195 in hue, 100% of saturation and 100% of brightness. 33 pixel is a right fit for the size, and 100% of range is needed for this text. Well done, my friend. You've just finished another Photoshop tutorial, and now you have an advertising scene in your collection. For repeating this process, just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and share this video with your friends. See you in the next tutorial.